guys, welcome back to our channel VFXBeauty. My name is Mika and today I'm gonna be showing you a very basic eyeshadow placement tutorial. These are my tips and tricks on how to nail an everyday look with any color of your choice. You can take this and make it with blacks, browns, greens, pinks, oranges, whatever color it is that you seek. And that's it, let's just start, okay? Okay, I like to start off by using an eyeshadow primer. The one I'm gonna use today is by Urban Decay. I have it for quite some time. Sometimes I forget it, but when you use this, it's better to later on blend all the colors. You don't need too much, just a tiny dot, and I hope you can see. I've been waiting on you. So for this look, I'm gonna be using the Smashbox double exposure palette. When you prime your eye, it's best to set the eye with a color that is pretty much the same color as your skin. In my case, it's this one over here. So that you're gonna put it all over your lid. That will also prevent the eyeshadow or the makeup from creasing on you. Next is when we get to the what they call the transition color. The transition color is the color that is gonna help you bind all other colors without it looking like there are harsh lines on you. We don't want harsh lines in our makeup. So since I'm using a kind of rose purplish colors, my transition color, it can be for an everyday natural look. It can be a shade darker than your actual skin tone. Eyeshadow is pretty much like eye contouring, but this time I'm gonna do it with color. My one is a soft one, is this one over here. Always pat the excess, and when you place this transition, this is the eyeshadow color that you need to nail the most. Keep in mind not to apply it too up to your eyebrow, because it's gonna look weird, messy, unless the look that you're going for is like that. But always try to keep a space between the end of your eyebrow and the beginning of your brow bone. Like this space over here, it should not have eyeshadow. So there are two ways to do this. One way that I was taught by a makeup artist was to always like look at yourself in the mirror. You put the eyeshadow straight to your eye, and there where it falls is where you're gonna start blending your color. And as you can tell, that's the perfect place for your eye shape to start building up the color of the outer V. This is gonna give you like the perfect placement, not too up here, not too inside, just in the right place. Another way to do it is by grabbing your mirror and putting it down. So you're gonna look this way. When you do this, you have like a panoramic view of your lid. So you can start blending and building up the color from there. Now, for eyeshadow, for transition color eyeshadow, you can leave it like right here in the outer V. But if you want a more dramatic look, you can take it all over to here. In this case, I'm gonna take it all over my lid. But as you can tell, I am not going forward. I'm not letting the color to go up. So I'm gonna keep building up that and diffusing. I try to keep it in my crease and in the outer V. This is the moment when you start winging out the eyeshadow, okay? So at this point, I am pretty happy with where I place my transition. So to soften it and not make it look like so obvious, like always white and then this color in there, I'm gonna go back to the first eyeshadow I use, the one that is like my skin color, and I'm gonna place it like right there in the edges, just in the edges. The thing with eyeshadow is that you always wanna soften the edges so they don't look so harsh. I'm gonna get a smaller blending brush. This one is by BH Cosmetics, and I'm gonna get this one over here. It's like a purplish, brownish color. I love it. It's weird, but I love it. Clean the excess. And now we can start building up our outer V, like here. How do we do it? The same way. We try to keep it here in the corner. Very gently pat the color in the corner. When you pat it like this, you also avoid a little bit of the fallout, so you don't get all your face stained with eyeshadow. Build it a little bit inwards. Since in this case I just want to accentuate my outer V, I'm not gonna be bringing this dark color up. This dark color, you're only gonna keep it here. You can use circular motions as well to try and blend it out. So now I grab the same blending brush that I was using at the beginning with the neutral colors, and I'm just gonna blend out the edges. Do not try to blend here where you apply the color, because then the intensity that you wanted from your eyeshadow is gonna be gone. You just try to keep it on the edges. So if you think that you blended too much, you can always add a little bit more. Okay. So now I'm gonna grab, because I like my outer V to really be very contrasting to the rest of the eye, I'm gonna grab the black one. But for the black one, I'm gonna use an even smaller brush. It's pointy. It's like a blending brush, but super tiny, because I need precision for this area, since I don't want the black eyeshadow all over my eye. Been friends since 1995. Clean blending brush. So now with a flat, fluffy eyeshadow brush like this one, I'm gonna pick up some color. In this case, I'm gonna be using this one. Yeah, those are the guys. And I'm gonna apply it on the rest of my lid. I've been waiting on you. So take it a little bit inside to meet the dark one, and blend in the middle. Okay. If you blend it in too much, you grab the purple one, the dark one, and you retouch again. The eyeshadow that you use to set your primer, you can always use it to soften out the edges after you have finished. And that's it for the upper part. Now for the lower part, I'm gonna be grabbing the same blending brush that I started with, and I'm gonna grab the brown. I'm gonna squeeze my eyeshadow brush a little bit. I suggest you to do this to get like more precision, because you don't want the blending brush to blend your color all over. You're gonna look like a panda. So place it like this. And it's killing me to see you see? Now I have some definition under my eye area. This is an optional step. You could always just do this part, do some eyeliner, mascara, and you're done. But I have big eyes, and usually I like to contour them better. or to go a little step further. Now let's grab the tiny brush again, and we are gonna get our purple color. Very carefully and gently pat the excess. You don't want this inside your eye, because it happened to me with this eye. Paint went inside my eye and I was crying, and I almost ruined everything. So for this part, you can place your mirror up, so when you look like this, you have a clear vision of your under eye area. Growing up, same street. And since now this is darker than this one, I'm gonna soften it or level it down using my transition shade. Call you up, how you been? Can we play rewind? So now for the upper part, I'm gonna be using black eyeliner. So I'm not gonna do a wing or anything like that. You could do a cat eye look on top of this and it would be just fine, but I like how informal / casual it looks like this. If you add wings on it and on top you put eyelashes, girl, you're ready to party. But we are in quarantine. I have a date in the living room later. So I'm just gonna dab a little bit of black eyeliner on my top, following the eyelashes. So I totally suck at lifting my eye and putting crayon in there inside of the lash line. I can't do that. I cry a lot and it gives me a lot of allergy, and I don't know, I always end up crying. So what I do, maybe it will work for you. If your pencil has a long tip, just get the tip out, but not too pointy because you hurt your eye. What I like to do is place the color, the crayon in here, close my eyes and start rolling. When you do that, you get the lower lash line and the inside of your lash line already covered in paint. Especially because when you're a beginner, doing this and painting inside is not comfortable, it's not beginner friendly. So this is the most beginner friendly tip I can give you. I think. Now what I'm missing is the mascara, and you're good to go. Something I have forgotten before was to tell you, because I did it on this eye. This palette comes with oosh, the shine is not letting me, like a silver tone to it, this one. So grab a little with a round tiny fluffy brush. You're gonna put a dab of it in your inside eye, in your inner corner, sorry. Call you up, how you been? Can we play rewind? So now guys, this is the final look. I added some lipstick, I did my foundation first, and that's it. This is how you do an everyday basic eyeshadow. I hope you find this helpful. Again. See you there with a